Good afternoon, dear all. I want to welcome you to the session this afternoon. I'm Dr. Mobalade Adeagbo, Systems Librarian, as well as the acting head for Library Automation and the Multimedia Services Department of Ezekiel Oluwasomi Library, OAU. I want to sincerely apologize for the lateness of releasing this video. It's due to one or two delays and some of the things that are just beyond our control. But we are sincerely sorry. We deeply apologize for the time that it took to send it as promised. The OAUSpace, that is the Obafemi Awolowo Institutional Repository, it is managed by HOL. And as part of the university's mandate, all staff, academics, researchers are to ensure that they upload and archive their publications to the OU space through self-archiving. Self-archiving means that you are the one doing the uploading by yourself. And the essence of this is to, is for even the staff visibility as well as the university's visibility towards open access. And what you can upload to the space, your staff, your publications, be it journal articles, conference proceedings, book chapters or book or textbook, your lecture notes, postgraduate thesis, those ones are handled by the library. Inaugural lectures, we handle them, we do the uploading right from the library. Then we have the faculty speeches, for all official publications of OAU, and then maybe we have instructional materials, our open educational resources that in form of videos, audios, images, whatever, and also data set from our researches. All these are their documents, items that can be uploaded to the space. So I'm going to take us through the simplest method in uploading our, when I say items, it means whatever publications that we are uploading. It could be in paper format, it could be video, it could be, as in the paper format, I mean published articles or book chapters, but they must have web presence because they must have been either they are online or already digitized, scanned to the e-copy before you can upload to the OA space. So I'll take us to the website, and on the website, if you are new, that means you need to do your registration because you need to register before you can use it. And you just click here to register, and it will send you an email address. Please, when you are registering, ensure that you use your institutional email address. It will not allow you to register if you don't use your institutional email address. So once you have used your institutional email address, a mail will be sent to you. Then you follow the instruction and you do the needful. So, and in case maybe you have you have registered but you could not remember your password, you can actually do forgotten password, and then it will bring it up for you. So I'm going to log in using my email address, and it's because it has been saved on the system, so I don't need to type and retype it. So which we can do once you set it up, you save it to your system. Anytime you want to, you can always go in. So I logged into the I log into the repository, and I've said that I'm going to take us through the simplest, but the repository itself is free to all because it's a public domain. So whatever we are uploading, please let us ensure that they do not have copyright issues, be it journal articles, conference proceedings, textbooks, book chapters, maybe videos, audios, whatever documents, whatever items, call it items, whatever items you are uploading, please ensure that they do not have copyright issues because of legal matters. So we have different communities, and you don't actually need to register on the IHAR for you to access all these communities. So within a community, all faculties are listed, as you can see. And within each faculty, we have sub-communities, that is, those are your departments. You can see them. We have the community, then we have sub-community that has your department. And within each department, we now have the collections. Those are where you can actually upload your documents. Like this is child dental health. We have 4 collections in that sub-community for conference papers, for data set, for journal articles, and other scholarly publications. You might want to ask me that if your work is copyrighted, what we normally advise is that just PDF the abstract and upload it to the IHAB. So it will still amount to you having your work in the IHAB, because anyone that has that the abstract and the description will be able to locate your papers, and if they need to get in contact with you or with the publisher, they will go ahead to do that. So other publications include all other that I've mentioned that are not conference papers, as they are listed. If you go back to the self-archiving guide, you will see them. All those materials that are listed, manuscripts, images, audios. So those that are not listed as part of conference papers or data sets or journals, they are all termed as other scholarly publications. So we just look at the collections, but you can just have a feel of how this goes. So, but for you to upload, no, I said it that you don't need to you don't need to even sign it to have access to what we have in the repository, because it is in the public domain. But if you want to upload your documents, that is when you register. And how do you know that you are already in? How do you know that you have logged in? Your name, you must see your name and the email address. While you are seeing my the Gmail address here, it was there when we started. It has been registered before we change the process. So please pardon me. I am using this, but this is what we use for practice in the library. It is this email. But if you are registering newly and you are using any other email that is not institutional email, the OAUSpace will not take it from you. So our main work is in my DSpace. That is where we upload our items. I've said that items are all our documents, be it the journal articles, the conference papers, maybe it's data sets, whatever it is we are putting, we call them items when you come to OAUSpace. So where I need to go is my DSpace. So I'm in my DSpace. There are several ways by which we can upload. If your work is not online, you have scanned and you have the soft copy, then you go the manual route, which is you clicking on this plus sign, as you can see on the left hand side, or the one on the right hand side, or the one on the left hand side. Once you click on it, it will tell you, it will bring out new, and then item, you select it. But let us go through the quick way, that is you being able to export the metadata of your papers. Or you must have the full paper ready in a folder. Like the one I'm going to use is already here. But these are my papers. They are already in a folder. The ones I can pick any one of them to upload. So have them even if I'm going to pull the metadata are the description of the item. Even if I'm going to export those metadata, I need to have the full document, the full item stored somewhere on my system. So let's go back to the website. We are here on the OAUSpace. So I know already I'm in my space, and from where I logged in, that is where I can navigate myself to my space. So I'm in my space. So I want to first take us through how to import metadata from external sources. So you can see that arrow on the right-hand side that is pointing out, we are going out of the space. So we'll click on that. And then once it opens, you can so type in. There are several ways by which you can search. We have the AARZIV database. We have the CINNI database, Crossref. The editor site is there. There are so many. DOI, which is the most, it has a lot of our document, because most papers nowadays, they do have DOI. So once your paper has DOI, definitely you go there. So we have so many. You can see as they are PubMed. If your work is in PubMed, you can easily extract it from PubMed, Web of Science. So wherever your work is, it will just go and bring up the metadata. So I'm going to use DOI. The work I want to use as an example is a work that has a DOI. So I will open the work. I'm going to copy out the DOI for that particular work, and this is the DOI. So I must have, I have the DOI here. I just copy it. Although please just copy from the 10. Once you copy from the 10, I don't really need the root, but I've already copied from the root. So I go back to my space and I inserted. So mind you, I know I've selected DOI because already I have DOI. I can, but you can just, I get the feel, go through all the databases. See, it's telling me that no results is seen. So it's even from DOI is not. So let me try and see if I go with the paper title, if it's going to bring it up, because the paper is actually online somewhere. But that shows that DOI is either because of this. I'm going to remove the DOI dots and try again from the 10. From the 10. So please, you see that's the error. I'm not supposed to copy the doi.org. I start copying from the 10. And I'm still going to need the DOI, so I'll just copy it. And so I will check to ensure that this is my work. And how do I do that? Please just click on the arrow that is pointing down on your left. It's telling you import remote item. Yes, I want to be sure that it is my work. So it's telling me, yes, it is. Adebimpe Fade Olukemi Opeyemi Adeagbo Mobolade. That is my name, although the ordering is wrong, which I'm going to correct. So the publisher is telling me it's because the DOI is from the place where the publisher got the DOI from. And like that. So now, as I can, if you look at the down part here, you see start submission. Since I've ascertained that that is my paper, I will just start submission. So yes, now I'm back within the space. So I need to now tell the space that this is where I'm taking. I told us within our faculties, we have collections. So you must specify the collection for your own faculty. So my own faculty is Ezekiel Oluwasomi Library. And I know that what I'm uploading is journal article. So I will just click on journal article. You must have get yourself familiar with your department, the way it is written, your faculty, the way it is written. I noticed this, so I'm going to reorder this because this is my surname. Actually, the way OAUSpace work, it is surname first, that is family name, and then other names. And my other names are Omobolade, Opeyemi, not Opeyemi. So I'm going to reorder it properly so I to pick the right thing. So it is there already. Then Fadehan, same thing goes for Fadehan too. Fadehan. Olukemi. So those are the little things that you can quickly do to because it matters. The way we name, the way we order our names matters. So, when we are talking of a web, as in digital presence, individual digital presence, the way your name is ordered, you need to be consistent so that all your work can be, when crawlers, when search engines are looking, they will be able to identify that this work still belongs to the same person. So I've corrected the naming, ordering, and then after then I just go through to ensure that all the information that I'm having is correct. So, and how do I do that? I will need to ensure maybe you can have a, maybe you can split your screen into two. I want to be able to view the paper as well as to correct it on the space. So already the title is Visibility Analysis of Institutional Repository for Global Impact. Yes, the title is correct. And I've corrected the name. Then I move on. The date of publication is 2025. Yes, then I move on. Publisher, well, is Uni Abuja. The way the publisher is the publisher of the journal is picking Uni Abuja as the publisher because of the DOI. That's where the DOI came from. That's why it's picking it as the publisher. So, well, I'm going to leave it like as that because the publisher has already taken it to Uni Abuja. So, and then I'm supposed to do um the I'm supposed to put my references. So the references, if you go back to the self-archiving, you will see the format for referencing. The format as it is, the author's name, then the year, title of the article, the name of the journal, volume, issue page. Actually, we use APA format when we are working on so if you have your references somewhere, you can just pick it. So I'm going to the references I'm having. I have a Fadeon OA. So because I want to be sure that is ampersand is not the normal and a day I go O then the year, which is 2025, and then the title, which I already have here. So I will copy and paste, but I don't want the title to be in caps. It's already listing the title for me in caps, which I don't want. But I don't think I have a choice. I'm going to do that. I can as well copy, I will copy the title. I will take it to Word to quickly change it to normal, as in sentence case, because it's supposed, when you are writing, it's not supposed to be, I'm not supposed to, so I'll quickly change this to the sentence case. So actually everything's supposed to be in small letter because it's only the country that will be in a tab. So I've done that. Then I insert it to where it's supposed to be. I'm changing it here because I'm supposed not to have it in caps also at the title. So I put it and then it's there already to stop. Then I have already put the name of the serial, the journal is there, journal of this, and with a comma, the issue with is giving me the year. I think I think I've added the year. If I have not, I need to go and add the year after the name. So it's already there. So what I need to do is to pick the page numbers. And the journal is from page 131 to 145. So I have it I have it as a 131 to 145. And that's about that. So, and if I want to, does not, so I'm going to, I move on. So this ISSN is already there, but there are things that I'm supposed to add here, like the DOI. DOI is not listed there, so I'm going to use order to add the DOI. And I have the DOI already here, so I can easily copy. I'll copy it from 10. Is even when you are searching, I copy from 10. uh, I copy from copy it up to 10. It's PDF, so it's not easy to manipulate PDF. I need to get the way out. So I copy it from 10. I put it there. Then another thing that I'm supposed to add, if you check the guide, is what we call the ROR, the Research Organization Registry for OAU. So it's there on the seat, the Research Organization Registry for OAU. Please, it is a must you add it to it. So, and it's on the same page where I have the ISSN. All I need to do is just to change it to order, and then I had the arrow out to it. Then I move on. That is, and then what is that? Because we imported the metadata, so it has picked it as a journal, and it's there already. There is an article, journal article. Then I need to pick the language. So please, we use normal English. We don't, Nigerian, we use a British English, not a American English. So you use normal English. So I go ahead also. The main things I need to pick are the keywords. I'm going to pick the keywords as well as the abstracts. So, and I didn't mean that we are typing. If I'm typing the keywords, I will have to ensure that I put comma at the end of each of them. So it's picking it. I've already inserted the keywords. Then I will go and see the keywords are already, they are picked. So I didn't mean that I typed the commas, they are gone. So I will use commas to separate each of them, comma and space in separating. Then I'll go back here. I'm coming back here to pick the abstracts for the work. So I'll just copy it. So those are the things that must be available when we want to upload our. So I've picked the abstracts as it were. Then the work is not sponsored by anybody. It's not a funded project, so I don't need to put anything there. Then I move on. The description is the number of pages, and I'm having 15, so I'll just put 15p here. That's on 15p because as you can see on the PDF page, I have 15. So I put the 15 then. I move down also. I'm supposed to have uploaded. So I think I'm done with the splitting. So I can just I will just close the right view, which is then I'm back. So I'm supposed to have uploaded at the beginning of the work. So I'll just scroll back to the topmost part, then I will browse. Now, I told us at the beginning that the papers, the items we want to upload we must have selected them and we must know where they are kept. So like mine, I have where I am going to as in what I want to upload, I've already put them together in a file. And this is the paper 16 visibility analysis. So I'm picking that and I'm uploading it. I can't see because I need to, I'm uploading it. So, and once it is uploaded, it will tell me, yes, upload successful. So I go back down, and as I'm going, it's better I use that as an opportunity to have a second look at what I'm doing. So I'm scrolling down to ensure that I have not missed anything out. So this is it. I have, okay, everything has been properly done. Okay, so right, see the paper that I just uploaded. So I need to now select the license depending on what we are uploading. But one thing is that whatever we upload goes to the public domain. So we just need to attach a license to it. So, and if you want to use the Creative Commons, it will ask you questions. Do you want to allow commercial use of your work? Commercial use, no. It's for modification. Uh, Allow modification of your work. I'll say no, because I don't want it I don't want anybody to change what I have done. So with that, so you can either use, if you use the CCO, that means you are releasing it. But if you want to be specific when you are granting the license, use the Creative Commons, and then if you want your work to be used for commercial purposes, fine, you pick it, and you pick the options that suits you, and then you move on. Then we must grant this non-exclusive distribution license. You just have to grant it. If you don't grant it, it won't allow you to. So you can now buy it. I think that in the course of the work, you have to leave and you are not done. You can just click on save for later or save. You will see it there. But now I will click on save for later, and then once I click on save for later, it will take it to my page. I'm going to have access to it to be on my page. So it's loading it already. It will be on my page and I can actually come back at any time. But if I'm done, I will just click on deposit and it will go. You won't see it again. The only thing is that it will show on your page that you have uploaded this particular item. So it's saving the work. Let us give it time. So if we have items that are not anywhere, they have not been, they are not online. Already you have digitized, you have the soft copy. The same process that I just showed us is what we're going to do. And so the only thing is that we go through this new. And once I click on new, it will ask me for the collection. This is where, when after coming back from the external sources, this was where we came into create the item that you want to, the item that you are trying to upload, which collection do you want to, you have to now specify. Maybe I want to go to education, maybe it's an, educate, and please mind the spelling, education. So which of the education, faculty of education, which of the faculty to now ask you, are you going to arts and social sciences? Is it adult education and lifelong? So whichever one you select, you select, and when you are selecting, you have to look at it properly, because it will actually bring up all those ones. So let's go back to my DSpace for the work that I saved, the one that I was working on before. Because we are done, that is all that you have to do. The same process goes for if you have your documents on your laptops. You start from the left-hand side for the new. So if your system is rolling like this, Normally, what I do, I will log out and log in again because it's telling me that I've stayed, it has taken me time. Most of the time, OAUSpace can lock somebody out. So just log out and come in again. Then I go back to my space and see if it has actually picked what I have done. And whatever it is that you do, you will see it under your submission. See, the one I was trying to do before I tried to log out, it is what it has said. This is the one this is the one I was working on that I saved for later. So I can still go ahead and edit because I have not deposited. It's just as it is now. It's just on your own system. It has not gone to the repository. So you need to, until you deposit it, you cannot, it's still on your system. So I'm going to, if you want to view, maybe you want to be sure that what you have done is right, you can just have a preview of what you have done. So this is all the information that you have provided. Sorry, I mistakenly click on downloading. I don't want to download the paper. So I will just go back and I'm going back. I'm going back to my OA space and to log in again because I mistakenly clicked on download the paper. So I'm back in and I'm still logged in. So I'll just check my submissions, whatever you work on. I have so a lot of I've told us that this particular account I'm using is what we use for practice and for work in the library. So that's why you see 2000 and so. So for you, you might not, you won't see anything until you start working. So these are the two things I did today. The one I was trying to open because it doesn't have anything because I have not even put anything there when I decided to go out. And you can still view it, you can still view it. So OAU, as in this space will always keep your work for you. You can see the department but there is nothing there. So I will just go back to my this space. Whenever I'm working, whenever I want to upload, I always come to my this space. And so the one that we have not submitted is this that we are viewing. So you can, and as you can see that even what you have uploaded, you can actually download it. So I want to go back now so that I can do the final depositing. So I'll click on edit because that edit that will take me back to the page where I was inputting the description. So I'm back and all my information are intact and I know that I'm done. So I will just go ahead and deposit. So, and once it is deposited, it will tell us. And maybe along the line, you discover that you you made mistake, you can discard it and start all over again and see that after I've deposited, I can only view. You cannot do any correction again. The one that I was working on the other time, you see, is still there. I can still manipulate. But as long as I have deposited, I cannot do anything again on it. So I believe I am not taking too much of our time with the guide, the self-archiving guide, and this video. I'm sure we should be able to have a smooth sailing when we are uploading our documents, our publications. Thank you so much for your time. And once again, I'm Dr. Movala Adeagbo for library, and I am the OAUSpace administrator also. Thank you. That's my contact. And if you are on the platform, you can always get in touch. If you are not, we can send WhatsApp messages, which I will respond to. Thank you. God bless you.